Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over the 2021 Keystone Montana 3761FL. Folks, this is one of my favorite front living layouts. They've kind of tackled a lot of the issues you normally get with front living, which is there's not really a close bathroom and there's not a ton of storage outside, and they have completely revamped it and changed it to make probably the most functional front living layout in the industry. Starting up front, of course, because it is a front living, as you normally would have, you have dual opposing slides for nice big living area. You have tri-fold sofas in both. Because it is a wide body frame, it allows for those tri-folds. So and both of these can fold out at the same time. They kind of meet right here in the middle. But the cool thing about this is it's perfect for entertaining. Let's say you have some friends over. You know, they have a few too many cocktails. They don't want to drive home, or you don't want them to drive home, which is a good call. Now they have a place that they can stay. You can sleep 4 people up here, no problem. But you know, they're not going to stay forever, right? Get out of here. Go home. Just come back for a little bit. But it is nice, again, that you have that sleeping capability, plus it's very comfortable. You'll also see you have USB ports. You have a couple on each side, so that way you have a place to plug in those cell phones as you're sitting here. Windows all the way around the slide, as you would expect. You'll also see the blackout roller shades, so if you do have guests and they need to sleep in a little bit later, they can certainly do that. LED lights in the slides themselves to help brighten things up. You also have the auxiliary lighting all the way behind the crown. You can see running all the way down the camper, which is cool. I like the look. I like that it's, you know, like a white light. It's not a gaudy color in my opinion, a lot more classy. And it just helps, again, kind of have a nice aesthetic and feel to the unit. Right up front is the entertainment center. This, of course, does lift up and drop down. You have that beautiful front window there. So again, you know, if you don't want to watch TV, you can lower it and be able to have the view out the front. At night, you want to watch something, you can. Storage on the sides, open that up, just kind of give you an idea what you're working with. Pretty good storage there. Same thing underneath. And then right in the center, you have your speakers as well as your, this one, here we go. Open that up. You can see your multimedia center right over there. That, of course, is a DVD player as well. It is Bluetooth capable. You have an HDMI port. Excuse me. And then underneath is a very large fireplace. Great thing about the fireplace, folks, is not only does it look great, but it's also functional because that's essentially a big space heater, which in a space like this, when you're already up top, you can turn that guy on. It'll do a great job of helping to keep this space nice and warm. You don't have a lot of heat loss because the ceiling is pretty close to where you're sitting. You'll also see right up top the intakes for the AC unit. The reason you have these and not a big square is because Montana has standard in both the main entertainment area as well as the master bedroom quiet, cool ACs. Those will be 30 to 35% quieter than your standard AC. So as everyone's sitting up here, you know, having conversation, watching TV, you don't have to yell or have the TV blaring to be able to hear. Now, the best seat in the house, of course, will be here, and those are the theater seats. These are power theater seats. Nice thing about that is that it's powered. You push a button, it lifts up for you. You know, push the button the other way, it comes back down. It also has USB port in here, again, if you need to charge devices. This one has massage feature, it has heat, it has lights, basically everything you want in a chair. The only thing is it does have to have either shore power or generator power to be able to run it. But with an RV this size, chances are where you're camping, you'll have power anyway. But again, perfect seat here, and you can see how much space you have. Like, this is not a small front living area. It's nice and big. And folks, I'm 6 foot tall, and you can see I have a little bit of space. And you can probably be definitely 6'1", maybe 6'2". You might have to watch your head on some vents. But at 6'1", you can walk up here, no problem whatsoever. Making our way down the steps, you'll see built-in handrail. You know, it's one of those things that you always want. A lot of manufacturers just don't put in, but this does make it easier to traverse the steps. You will also see that you have a little light there, so it's a courtesy light, so that if you do have guests sleeping up here, they need to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, they can come down the stairs and not trip and hurt themselves. Also right up top, main control panels tucked away right there, so everything you need from your tank monitoring panel to your water heater. That, of course, does run off both gas and electric. You can see all your slides, all your lights. This is very important too, folks. This one has 12-volt tank heaters on all of your tanks. This unit is built for 4-season camping, including cold weather camping. We'll take a look at that when we go outside, but just know that you are safe here in the Montana. And also, it's good for full-timers. You will be able to keep your warranty if you live in here full-time. Right down below, you'll also notice this one has central vac with the toe kick. So you have the hose you can plug in there to vacuum up. You also can sweep everything up. You can see the toe kick. You lift that up, kind of like you're at a hair salon. You just sweep everything right in there, close it back down, good to go. You have the bar area over here to the side. There we go. That looks nice, right? So you have the decorative backsplash here, which I like. You know, you can load up your drinks here, or maybe you want a coffee bar. You can do that too. There is an electrical outlet right up there for it. You also have a TV hookup here. So if you want a TV in the kitchen, you can do that. Now, granted, as you can see from this space, at least if you're tall enough, you can see over this into the living area, so you can still watch that TV. But they thought they'd at least throw it there to give you the option, which I think is pretty nice. Solid surface countertops all throughout the kitchen. We'll see that as we continue to go through. But great storage underneath, folks. That's one of the things that this one does not lack is kitchen storage, which I love. Because a lot of times that is an issue for front living, but it's not the case here. You'll see a residential style refrigerator. Plenty of cold storage there. This unit does run off electric only, but there is an inverter dedicated to it. You will see underneath the freezer, a couple of drawers up top, ice maker in there as well. Again, right up top here, there we go. You have storage there. Now you will probably need a step stool to be able to reach that, but at least you do have it. If we take a look up the ceiling over here, you can see the light they have there is kind of neat too. Also has some accent lighting behind that. You have the Max Air fan there as well, so that way, if you don't want to run AC, you can just flip on that Max Air fan, get some good ventilation. And this one has a third AC prep. So if you want a third AC in this unit, you have the capability to have that installed. Everything's already pre-wired and framed out for you. Right over next to the fridge, this is a convection microwave oven, folks. You do get both. So, if you want to use it as an oven, you can do it. Want to use it as a microwave, you can do that too. Storage along the top, storage along the side. As we said, solid surface countertops. This right here is your fridge lock. I took it off, but just know that you do have a travel lock for your fridge. 3-burner cooktop with the glass cover. You can fold this up and back like so. Kind of doubles as a backsplash, even though you do have the nice decorative one there. 3-burner cooktop, that front one being high output. And if we drop underneath, look at the size of that oven. If you're sick of having a small oven, you don't have to worry about it in here. This one is nice and big. You can see this is Suburban's Elite Series. Excuse me. And then underneath that, you have a drawer for some extra storage, which is great. Drawers coming all up the side. Pull that out. You can see, nice big full extension drawers. Comes with your flatware tray there as well. And I like this too. You have a power tower tucked over into the side, so that way you have a couple electrical outlets and USB ports. Something that's kind of minor, but it means a lot to me is this right here, the fact you have a light. A lot of manufacturers would just try to get away with the light underneath the microwave in this space, but I love that Montana goes that extra step, gives you another light here just to make sure that space is nice and bright. Again, it's just that attention to detail a lot of manufacturers just don't have, and I love that they do. When we look at the island in the center, of course, just like we said, solid surface, huge sink, folks. Look how deep this bowl is. Nice sink as well. It's a little bit thicker stainless steel than what you get in a lot of manufacturers. But you have the nice big wash basin over here, your rinse basin there. You have the two-tone faucet, a lot more modern look, black. It is a pull-out, of course. Then you have the kind of the chrome tip. This is great. Trash can, you have a dedicated spot for it, pulls out, easy to access. You have your countertop extension over to the side. Right under here, you will see that your sink top covers have a place to hide there as well, and you have some extra storage for some of your cleaning chemicals, whatever else you need. There is lighting underneath, you can see that. And then I like this too. I think this is really cool. You have like those panels right on front. I think that really kind of steps up the island a little bit, makes it look just that much better, and you can see that the lighting is in there too, so it kind of lights up the whole thing. Very cool. But you're allowed to have a center island because you have the dual opposing slides here. So in the other slide is your main dining area. This is the same table they've been using for a year or two now. Great table. It's a buffet style. It does have, you pull this out, and that allows you to pull that out like so. Then you have an additional leaf. So if you do have a couple more guests that want to stay the night, you have the capability to sit 4 here. It does come with 2 foldable chairs that look pretty much identical to the 2 standard ones. And again, power tower over to the side, so if you need to sit here and do work, you have the capability to do that. big windows in the slide all the way around. High slide height, folks. I'm 6 foot tall. I can easily stand underneath the slide without hitting my head on it. And of course, again, nice lighting here too. So if you want to play a game, you have the light to be able to do so. And then this I love. Now, I know it's a little kind of awkward positioning because it's off the kitchen, but I love how easy it is to access, because normally, otherwise, it's a master bath, like a master ensuite, and it's kind of awkward if you're a guest and you have to use that. So I love they're able to put a half bath in here. As far as space, I'm not gonna lie, it is a little tight, right? You know, with the door closed, it's fine for my shoulders, but my legs, you know, they get a little jammed up. It's manageable. You know, I'd imagine you're not gonna be spending too much time here. It's kind of, you know, do your business and move on. A porcelain bowl though, which is great. So, you know, especially with a half bath, it's one that guests are probably going to use more often. You want to make sure it looks presentable, not gross. The porcelain bowl will definitely aid in that because it's easier to clean. We open this up. This is where the toilet paper hangs out at. So again, as I mentioned, you know, it's a little bit awkward with space because if your door's shut here, you know, it's kind of tough to be able to swing your leg down and still open this up. So you kind of have to swing over to this side to get there. It's doable, but, you know, just know that's a little bit tighter there. As far as the countertop, it is what I call a pseudo solid surface. It is like a pressed laminate or a thermal foil countertop, it's been called. And essentially what this does is it allows you to undermount the sink. You don't have the T-mold. There aren't any seams, seamless countertop, so less chance for any kind of water penetration. Nice stainless steel bowl. You have a mirror right in front of you, so if you want to watch yourself as you're taking a pee, you can do that. But no, it does, you know, kind of let yourself, you know, make sure you're looking okay if you just need to, you know, do a quick check before you head on out. You have your ring there for your hand towel, a light, gotta have it. I like this too, right? This is something they didn't have to do, but I'm really glad they did, is they put additional storage in. Now this top one is pretty tough to reach, but if you need a spot for some extra rolls of toilet paper, it's an easy spot to put it. Maybe put some spray there. You have the fan right up top. Folks, that is a max air fan with a rain sensor too. It's a power fan and it's powerful. So if, again, you have to use that bathroom, you can turn that sucker on, and that way your hosts don't hate you. Over to the side, open this up. You can take a look, see that there's plenty of storage there too. Again, you know, as I mentioned, kind of aiding in that storage here for the kitchen. You know, you get that kind of extra pantry space there, which is great. Making our way up the stairs, and again, you have a courtesy light for, you know, people that need to walk down into the main living area at night. Honestly, you probably wouldn't have to very much unless you're checking on guests or getting a snack or something. But when we walk up into it, folks, this is a true master ensuite, and I love that they're able to do this in a front living floor plan. You get a huge king-size bed. Of course, that's great because, you know, you get more room. Maybe you have one at home. It's a little bit more familiar to you. The only thing I don't like, and for me, this is out of basically everything on the floor plan, this is really the only thing that they failed on, is the nightstands, right? As you can see, it makes it very difficult to make the bed. They look great, they're functional. I understand why you have them with the electrical outlets there, but I wish they would find some way to redesign it. You know, I don't know. I don't know what they have to do. Do something with the headboard, make something so you're able to move those out of the way, because it does make it difficult to make the bed there. But you have windows all the way around, which is great. Lets in lots of natural light. You have the lights up top. As I promised earlier, you can see right up here, you have the quiet, cool ACs. Look at all these vents, folks. You have essentially 2 vents here. You got the intakes. You have speakers in here as well. So you know that, you know, not only are you going to be able to listen to music, I guess, but more importantly, it is going to be nice and cool, which when you're going to sleep is very important. And again, this is a quiet cool. So if you want to watch the TV that's built in, you're able to do that. You don't have to turn it up. The TV is on an angle downward, which is great. Now, if you take a look at the closet, so this, you can see the hanging rod in there. It has a motion sensor light. You have storage up top, and it has washer dryer prep. So if you do want a washer and dryer in this unit, you plan on living in it full time, you have the capability to do that. You have the dresser right over here to the side, another electrical outlet there. Some more storage here. Not 100% certain what you'd put in here. I guess it's kind of a flex storage area, right? Maybe something for the bathroom, maybe something for the bedroom. And then when we step into the bathroom itself, slider pocket door. And as I mentioned, it's a true master ensuite. And you get that feeling right here. You have a double bowl vanity, and I love this. You know, this is something that you really get used to at home. It can save a marriage, but this way 2 people can get ready at the same time. Electrical outlet in the center. You do have some auxiliary lighting there. Again, you know, just kind of stepping it up, making it look nice. Big mirrored medicine cabinets. You can see good storage in there. Over to this side, you have a linen closet, drawers going all the way down. Good positioning for the toilet. Of course, you have plenty of space there. Porcelain bowl. That big Max Air fan we had in the half bath. We have another one here. And when we come into the shower, it is a one-piece residential shower, so less chance for any kind of leaks because you don't have any seams. You have plenty of shelving, a seat to sit down and shower. If you want to shave your legs, you can do that. And then right here, you'll also see this, the chrome shower bar. So not only does it have the hand wand, but this one has an actual bar. Now, normally you would have it upright, there you go, like so, but you're able to adjust that to the height that you want. And then you have a skylight here as well. And folks, again, as I said, I'm 6 foot tall. I could be 6'4" and still be able to stand in here without having to bend my head down. Now that we've seen the insides, take a look at some of the outside features of the 2021 Keystone Montana 3761FL. Right up front, folks, you can see that beautiful automotive painted front cap, that gorgeous front windshield that is in that front living area. You'll also see some LED lights on there. You have the mirror right up front, so as you are backing up your truck, it'll help you align the Kingpin with your hitch. Speaking of the Kingpin, this is the Road Armor Kingpin. You can see right here it has a pivoting head, which helps control some of the bucking and chucking. And what that essentially is, you know, it's a big, heavy fifth wheel. When you start and stop your RV, you'll kind of get like a jerking feeling. This will help reduce that jerking feeling for a smoother overall tow. When we drop down underneath, we'll take a look inside here. So a couple different things. This one, you'll see the bottom here is already kind of pre-cut for a generator. Folks, if you want a generator on your Montana, I highly recommend ordering it from the manufacturer that way, just because to do it afterwards, it is a little more expensive. So if you think a generator is something you want, definitely have it ordered that way. You'll also see over to this side, you'll have the battery disconnect. You can see that. Again, that is just for the refrigerator. There's another one over to this side for the main RV. I'll show you in a little bit later. You can also see the hydraulic tank with all the hydraulic lines. The main slides on here, the big ones, are like the kitchen slide, are going to have a hydraulic slide system. So you will need to make sure that you maintain the hydraulic fluid a little bit over time. You will also see this one has the level up system. Great auto level system, folks. Again, hydraulic auto level here instead of electric. So you just touch a button, it does everything else for you. That's probably one of the things I love most as far as advances in RVing is auto level, because I hate having to use blocks, and this takes all the difficulty out of it. You'll also see right here, this is something that's pretty cool. So a lot of RVs have backup camera prep. This one also has side camera prep. So that way, as you are driving down the road, you flip your blinker on, you can see over to the side of your fifth wheel to make sure no one's there, help cover some of those blind spots. With a big rig like this, it will give you a little more, as kind of a sense of security when you're towing. This will be one of your 2 30-pound propane tanks. So you'll have one 30-pounder over here, another one on the other side. We'll open this up. Now, this has always been the classic problem with the front living. And that's that, as you can see right here, your garage space just isn't very big. Even with the drop frame that Montana uses, this front storage compartment is very small. It's always been one of the things that's kind of kept me away from a front living, but you will see that they have changed some things. We'll take a look in the back that completely change and revolutionize front living floor plans. There is TV hookup in there if you want it, and then the central vac dump is there as well. You can see here that you have electrical outlet in case you need to plug anything in. We take a look up top. You will see this one has 2 power awnings, folks. Basically, the entire campsite from that front slide all the way back, all of this has awning coverage. Now, yes, you do have to contend a little bit with the slide out here, but folks, all the rest of this is great space, and if you notice, there aren't any vents. So you can set up your chairs right there in the back if you want. You know, it's a little untraditional to have it in the back instead of the front, but you do have great camp space on a front living, which again is normally something you don't get. You will see that you have the fold-out, the MORryde step above steps. So it is a very solid step system. You'll see the aluminum treads on there with the grip tape for some added traction. 4 steps coming up and in. because it is a little bit bigger. You have adjustable feet. They also have the longer foldable grab handle. These do come in a couple different lengths. This one's longer because you have the 4th step. That way, from the very first step here, you don't have to lean way over to grab the handle. You have that extra control. As you can see right here, folks, this one does have 4-season living. So as I mentioned inside, it has the tank heaters. This one has a fully enclosed, insulated, and heated underbelly, plus your valves are insulated as well to make sure those aren't gonna freeze up. So if you plan on doing some cold weather camping, this gives you the capability to do so. And again, you can live in here full time. Montana will recognize full-timers. You will get to keep your warranty. It's also worth mentioning on the power awnings, I forgot to talk about, but they do have the power rails on here. You can see these kind of right there. Minor feature, but it is kind of neat, right? So if you want to put on, like, there's some extra light attachments you can put on there. I think there's some maybe fans actually you can put on there as well. And then I believe there's some Bluetooth speakers you can plug in there too. So some cool features. Aluminum alloy wheels. You have the road armor suspension. So again, giving that better towability while traveling down the road. Speakers, you'll see the speakers right back here. Again, as I mentioned, this is kind of meant to be the primary campsite. Frameless windows on everything except for the side of the slide boxes. These are your standard ones. But other than that, you will have frameless windows, folks, which are great. A, they just look way nicer. And B, the way they open, they essentially fold open like this. So that way you can actually have them open the majority of the time it's raining, unless it's like a hard sideways rain. So that way you will get airflow, but rain won't come in. Also, the seals are protected a lot better because they're tucked behind the glass, protected from UV. Now this right here is what I love about this front living floor plan. I told you, talking about storage, this is the solution they came up with. Folks, look at all of that storage. You have a ton of storage in the back here, and you have a bunch of different ways to access it. You'll see you have 2 doors on this side. So you got the big one right there. You have another one here. You do have some framework, but that's fine. You can still access this side area. You have the same doors on the other side. And when we come around to the back, open this guy up, slam latch, of course, covered hinge. You have magnetic catch. And look at that huge storage space there. So I love this because it lets you bring some of the bigger items. If you have some big things that you normally just don't have space for when you're camping, this gives it to you. So even though you lose that front garage storage, you get that big kind of, Montana drop frame storage that they're kind of famous for right back here, which is awesome. So again, they took a front living, they took out everything bad about it, and they made it very functional. You'll see right here that you have a ladder, so you can climb up on your fully walkable roof. If you definitely want to get up there for inspection, just like any RV, a couple times a year, plus it makes it easy to wipe everything off. You'll see it is prepped for a backup camera if you want one. Dropping right down below, you'll see this one comes with a hitch. This one is not built for towing, folks. Because of the size of it, you probably wouldn't be able to get away with towing anything anyway, because you'd be over the length in most states. But it is a 300-pound hitch there. So that's what they call basically like an accessory hitch. So if you have like a bike rack or something like that you want to put in there, that gives you the capability to do so. Again, storage that back storage area, or access the back storage area, same thing right up there. 50 amp detachable power cord with 2 ACs in the fireplace is definitely what you're gonna have. This is a valve access. So I talked about the valves being insulated. Take a look right in there. You'll see your black and gray tank valves go into that body where there is heat to make sure everything's insulated, again, to help prevent those from freezing up on you. And then when we come up to the front, open this up. Your auto level control right there, just so you know. Your other propane tank will be located there. And then right here, folks, is the convenience center. So you have everything you need, motion sensor light there. You have hot and cold water access for your outside shower, water heater bypass, full winterization system, city water, black tank flush, battery disconnect. This is to actually disconnect the battery to the whole RV. So again, if you need to store it for a little bit, you can just flip that so you don't have that parasitic drain. All right, folks, and that wraps it up. Again, this is a 2021 Keystone Montana 3761FL. If you're interested in this beautiful fifth wheel and you would like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Also, in the comments section, let me know what you think they nailed, what they failed, or if you were designing this RV, what you would change. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.